It's late April and volunteers are busy with spring cleaning in the Gold Star Garden, and there is a buzz of activity. We'll find out why they volunteer for this community service a little later. America was formed nearly 250 years ago when 13 diverse colonies came together to form a union. They dedicated themselves to a common goal, attaining freedom and justice for everyone. It took a military force of patriots to make it happen, and there were casualties along the way. Hello, I'm Ron Martin in the Veterans Memorial Gold Star Healing and Peace Garden in York. This distinctive living memorial is the place where we recognize Pennsylvania's latest casualties. These are from the global war on terror. 2022 is the 10-year anniversary of the Gold Star Garden, and volunteers want it to look its best. Join me as we explore this beautiful and poignant memorial, learn how it came about, and what distinguishing features mark its importance to the community.
Butterfly, you know.
The design concept of this unique memorial garden came through tragedy, a modern war casualty in Baquba, Iraq in 2004. 20-year-old specialist Cherriney Kondor just entered his senior year at Eastern York High School in 2001 when the September 11th attacks occurred. Every eye was riveted to the news that day as they showed what was unfolding. Martin's mother, Cherriney Kondor, remembers it well.
When Martin came home from school that day, he said, "We've been attacked on our sovereign soil, and I'm going to do something about it."
We all saw a problem that day, and we all united in reaction. But what was the solution? For Cherriney Kondor, the path was clear: defend the nation. And as soon as he came of age in November, he joined the Army to become a tank operator. Martin lived in the Red Line barracks of Fort Knox for his training and was stationed in Germany as preparations came together for the invasion of Iraq.
In Germany, Martin became a part of a personal security detachment team. They were to perform a more diplomatic function. This was after the main thrust of the war had taken place. It was only later that Martin told the family he went from the relative safety of a tank to an exposed M40 gunner on an unarmored Humvee.
It was early April on Good Friday that Kondor was part of the new recruits just arrived in Iraq. Private First Class Kondor's personal security detachment team headed back to their base at Camp Warhorse following a luncheon with local dignitaries. As their 3 Humvee team made its way through the town of Baquba, a crossfire attack opened up and his teammates had to pull Martin down from his exposed gunner positions. Kondor's friends said the rocket-propelled grenades were flying so close you could read the serial numbers.
My son gathered himself together and went back to his post, firing on the right, then on the left. At one point, he turned around and saw an old car packed to the gills coming up fast. He fired on that car and explosions rocked the street. Because of Martin's action that day, the entire team made it through with no injuries. Martin was granted a high award for valor.
Martin had been named Army Soldier of the Month in April, but it would be in that same Humvee on April 29th that he was killed by an improvised explosive device. His family was devastated. It seemed like the entire county joined in the funeral services. Then the family waited for his personal effects as they tried to make some sense of it all.
Among Martin's possessions were notebooks where he was writing the core values over and over: courage, duty, honor, service. So I could tell he was trying to internalize these to become the best representative of America that he could be. And in a way, the Gold Star Garden carries on that mission by naming the core values and expressing them in the series of garden rooms along the Walk of the Intrepid.
The overall shape of the garden is a circle for unity. It is in a public park where folks can come anytime for healing and peace. The outer ring of double hornbeam trees sets the space apart from the everyday world.
The next layer in is the Walk of the Intrepid, and there you'll find a series of garden rooms, each planted with a certain color that reflects a core value. So it'll be red for courage, orange for duty and service, yellow for integrity, remembrance, green for healing, and there you will find a little mini labyrinth, and with your feet planted firmly on the ground and your thoughts on those who have gone on above, you may realize you are the connector between heaven and earth.
Then comes blue for fidelity and purple for valor. Each of these rooms is connected to the center by the Star Walk. And at the very heart of the garden is a fountain of honor planted in white, a reminder that the soul lives on.
Along the arms of the Star Walk are black granite panels standing sentinel. These are engraved with the names of the Pennsylvania fallen in the global war on terror.
The front wall names the York County fallen from World War I forward.
Coming to terms with grief is an individual process. You can't work it away, you can't stuff it away. It takes what it takes for as long as it takes.
Gold Star Garden is one tool for managing grief and healing broken hearts.
In this lovely, quiet space, we can find peace within, which allows each of us to move forward.
Other Gold Star mothers are here, those who have lost family in the military.
I've been a Gold Star mother for over 30 years, and I met Cher years ago due to the Gold Stars, and when she had this brilliant idea to start the Gold Star Garden, I helped a little bit with going out and doing some fundraising in the years before, and I think it's just incredible, her vision for this. I think it's such a special place, and I love to encourage people to come up here and walk through it and enjoy the beauty and think about what it says, thinking about the service of our children who gave their all for all of us. And to walk around here and see the stones with honor and service and valor, I just think it's very meaningful and just a very peaceful place to evoke a lot of thought and what all these people gave for us. And sometimes it's even more than I can imagine. But I'm very proud of my son and everybody else's sons and daughters. And this is really a special place, and to have it right here in York, I think, is special.
I think the most misunderstood concept of the garden is, you know, we're acknowledging the people who from Pennsylvania who have lost their lives in a different war, but the purpose of the garden is to really bring us up. I mean, it truly is a healing garden, and if you follow through with the different colors of the beds, they should be enlightened. I think it's a good way to remember them. And the garden gets visitors, too.
Volunteering today are members of the York East Rotary Club.
We were the first club to support Cherriney Kondor in her idea of starting this Gold Star Garden. She had lost her son, and we were wanting to support her idea of having a peaceful place that not only commemorated his life and his efforts, but also gave hope and peace for the future. So today, I'm here at the 10th anniversary to say how wonderful this garden has become, how important it has become to so many people, not only in the community, but all over the state, representing all these individuals that are listed here in the Gold Star Garden. I come here for peace and for support when I just need a little time to meditate in a beautiful place about the history that is represented here and the future hope that we have for this world.
I've been involved in the garden for approximately 5 years through the East York Rotary. And each spring we help with the spring cleanup. And it's just a wonderful place for people to come and to heal, to help lift their spirits. And it is an honor to be a volunteer each year in helping them to clean the gardens and raise the spirits of the York community.
It's a beautiful Gold Star Garden. I'm very happy to be here this morning, but this all started when Cherriney Kondor lost her son, the first son lost in Iraq. I saw she's suffering. It was very, very painful to see it. And to heal her suffering and sorrow, and she created this, she had an idea to create this Gold Star Garden. And I saw her drawing of Gold Star Garden in a paper. She drew that, and it was a long, long work. A lot of people have to involve. It created this beautiful garden. It is so beautiful. Even myself, when I have said, need the spirit up, I come here, I walk around, I see this beautiful garden, I go home with peaceful, healing feelings.
It is so remarkable that York County has this Gold Star Garden, which is a true gem in our community. Remembering the veterans that fought for us against terrorism, that worked so hard to keep us free. And they're so deserving of this, and we need a place to celebrate, to honor them. The garden, if you have not been here, you must come and see this. It is a treasure. The plantings, the configuration, open from dusk to dawn, and we are blessed to have this in York County. It is a true jewel.
And the Central Dauphin Rams football team from Harrisburg is working in the garden today. The team plays a Gold Star football game in the fall.
It's a great honor to be here and help clean up the Gold Star Garden. It's nice for the families to come down here and remember the fallen soldiers.
It means a lot. It's makes you play a little extra harder than a normal game because I know what it means to everyone else and all the families. It's a big role.
You played last year.
Yes.
How did it feel to be on the field representing like that?
It felt amazing. I never felt that way before playing a game.
What was it like this morning as you were helping to prepare the garden for what will no doubt be a very memorable Memorial Day here?
It was a really fun time because we got to help out, and then we just had a fun time talking to each other, and then learning more about this, you know.
Sam, you ever been involved with a program like this before?
Not until I got to the high school. It's just a great special kind of thing.
What's it mean to you?
It means a lot to me because it kind of helps families kind of go through the process of grieving, because you never truly get over your son or daughter dying, and it kind of helps you kind of have them live on in you, because when you play there, you're not playing for yourself. You're not playing for your team. You're playing for the brothers around you and who they're representing.
What's it mean to be involved in a program like this?
It means so much. I'm truly honored. I saw my Gold Star mom today, Mrs. Rhonda. She walked up to me, big smile on her face, and it made my heart melt. Seriously, there was no other feeling like that.
I mean, when you're involved in a program like this, does it give you a better appreciation, or does it change your opinions on serving in the military?
Yes, it really does. It shows how much they really work hard and how much it affects the families when they die. And yeah, it's just it opens my eyes and sees how much it makes me grateful for the things that I do have.
As we read the names of the fallen on these walls, it begs the question, who among us is like them? British author G.K. Chesterton said, "The true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him." Experienced veterans from all wars find solace and value in the garden. Just as the original colonies united to form a more perfect union that we now call the United States, Gold Star Garden unites a series of garden rooms or spaces to form a more perfect union for healing and finding peace. By uniting opposing colors or forces, something new and hopeful emerges, something that is greater than the sum of its parts. In this space set aside from the everyday world, yet open to the public at all times, the sounds and colors of nature nurture the soul. The flowers cry out joy and love in a rainbow bridge of colors. The fountains gurgle, "I represent the soul ready for divine blessing, full to overflowing, yet open for more." As each individual finds relief from constant pain, and they pass that mending of heart and mind on to their family. From there, the curative properties found in the garden can spread to the community and beyond. John F. Kennedy said of memorials, "A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces, but also by the men it honors, the men it remembers." Because it is a living memorial, each visit to Gold Star Garden will be unique. Flowers rise and fade. Bees and butterflies interact within the garden, busy then resting. Birds nest among the trees now and form their own community. The stream, Poorhouse Run, adjacent to the garden, murmurs its own song of support for garden visitors. The garden hosts numerous veterans groups like the Trent Bart's Suicide Prevention Ruck Run. Attracted to the peaceful and beautiful setting, couples have held wedding ceremonies at the garden. International visitors and their families have come to tour the garden. Wounded veteran Travis Mills met the past national president of American Gold Star Mothers, Ann Wolcott, at the garden, both drawn for assurance of life and peace of mind. The flowers in the core value rooms never judge or berate visitors. They bring their various forms and colors to aid in restorative comfort to visitors of all ages. Even as the seasons change, so too does the Gold Star Garden. Dazzling spring colors give way to high summer's profusion. Fall reveals the yellows and oranges and is peak season for the towering hydrangeas of the green room. Even winter's icy grip blankets the garden's paths and memorial walls in its own kind of beauty. Dressed in winter's finery, the garden continues to welcome and uplift. Then, completing the cycle once again, spring bursts forth with a new profusion of colors, resplendent with hue, lightness, and saturation. Each blossom and room carries the promise of renewal. After all, the job of the garden is to give hope for a better future. As the poem at the Center Honor Fountain proclaims, issue here from our tears of sorrow, healing and peace for a better tomorrow. The garden was made possible with tremendous help from the community, thanks to donations large and small. In addition, many volunteer hours went into its creation. The City of York donated the land. The in-kind and financial gifts are numerous and all deeply appreciated. They keep this living memorial growing and maturing. Memorial Day is special here in the Gold Star Garden. It starts early with a 5K Gold Star run through Memorial Park and a tour de memorials of York at 7 a.m. At 11 a.m., York County will hold its Memorial Day ceremony at the garden, complete with the laying of wreaths around the honor fountain. Please join us then to remember our fallen. Each name on the wall represents a loved one, a son, a father, a brother, a wife, sister, or mother. Each name on the wall has a story behind it. That story is now written into the story of America. Thank you for joining me as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Gold Star Garden. And remember to visit the garden often. Let nature help you in your personal healing journey in the Veterans Memorial Healing and Peace Garden.
The preceding program was a paid program sponsored by Veterans Memorial, Gold Star Healing and Peace Garden.